Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about lesson 44, multiplying by three-digit numbers with a 0. So let's go ahead and look here at example 1. I know that whenever I multiply when there is a 0 at the end of my number, that I can put that number on the bottom and move the number over so the 0 is hanging off the end. So my problem would look like this: 243 times 120. I'm going to let this 0 hang off the end and ignore it there for a little bit. And then I multiply like normal. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And then I multiply by the 10. And since it's a 10, I have to put my 0 as a placeholder. And then multiply by 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2, so I've multiplied by each of my top digits. And now I'm going to add my partial products. 6, 8 plus 3 is 11, carry the 1. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 2. Now I bring down this extra 0, and then I put in my commas. So my answer is 29,160. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at example 2. Example 2, we have a similar number, but now instead of multiplying by 120, we're going to multiply by 102. So because I have a 0 in this number, I'm going to put it on the bottom, and I'll show you why in a minute. So here I have 243 times 102. And because the 0 is not on the end, I can't have that 0 hanging off the end. It does have to go in the middle. So I'm going to line my digits up just like this. And now I'm going to start multiplying. And I'm going to start with the ones place. So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 2 is 4. Now, my next number is 0. And I know that 0 times any number is a 0. So I could just have a whole row of zeros down here, but that takes up space that I really don't need. So I'm going to skip over the 0 and go straight to multiplying by my 100. And because it's a 100, I'm going to have 2 placeholders here. Okay? Now I can multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. And 1 times 2 is 2. And now I can go ahead and add these up. And put in my comma, and here I have my answer. Don't forget those commas. Okay? So because I have a 0 here, I can skip a whole row because they would just be zeros anyhow and go straight to multiplying by my next digit in the hundreds place. Just remember, if you are multiplying by the hundreds place, to put in 2 zeros as the placeholder, not just 1. Okay? The other option for those of you that are having trouble with this is to break 102 into its expanded form. So that problem would look like this: 243 times 100 plus 243 times 2. Okay, you would multiply both of these out and then add the products to get your sum. That's your other option. Okay, let's look at example 3. So, example 3, money problem. During a minor league baseball game, a vendor sold 120 hot dogs for $3.25 each. Those are expensive hot dogs. What amount of money did the vendor collect for the sale of those hot dogs? So I'm going to choose to put 120 on the bottom because it has this 0 and that can hang off the end. So my problem is going to look like this: $3.25 times 120 hot dogs. So that 0 hangs off the end there. And I'm going to multiply starting with the 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. multiply by the 10, by the 1 here. Let's put my 0 placeholder. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. I'm going to add 0. 5 plus 5 is 10. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Bring down the 3. Bring down the 0 now that was hanging out there by itself. I put in my $sign, and because this is money, I must have 2 and only 2 digits to the right of the decimal for my dimes and my pennies. So the vendor made $390 on hot dogs. Okay? All right, that's it for today. Off to your lesson practice, and I will see you in the morning.